You can't hear me.
Surprisingly enough, guys, Rose has like toned down the energy level on her part this morning. Usually on our calls, like, wah! So,
I've been yelling a lot since this morning, so I think that's why I'm like, I don't want to lose my voice.
so you want to know the secret to success with Rose, guys? She was saying, like, when I talk to him, I calm down, I'm energized, I'm focused. Here's the thing. I've been on paternity leave for like 3 months. I spaced it out a little bit, been at Super Saturday and stuff like that. But I've been able to watch a lot of Daniel Tiger episodes. Right? And so whenever Rose gets on and she's angry, I tell her, if you feel so mad that you want to roar, take a big breath and count to 4. And that has helped her through everything. So thank you, Daniel Tiger, for helping Rose stay focused. It's been helpful. Guys, I'm excited to be on the call. You guys are looking great. Look at those shirts. What is it? Dream, create, and Mathewson. What does it say? Inspire. Okay, that's cool. So how many people are packed in that room right now?
31 and a half. We have
And a half. I see the little one in the back. So how old is the little one?
4.5 months.
Hey, boy or girl? A girl. Our little boy is 4.5 months old. I'm just saying. We'll try to teach him some manners and how to court well. So we'll do that. No, guys, I'm excited to be on the call. I'm sure Rose's neighbors are loving the parking situation outside right now. So
we're good.
What's that?
We have a cul-de-sac.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm excited to be on the call. I wish I could show you outside of my house right now. It is like 25 degrees. There's about a foot of snow on the ground, and it is. What's that? Jealous. Who said jealous? That's my kind of person right there. Yeah, all right. If you guys ever get out to Utah, we'll take you skiing and show you around the corporate sales office. It's a good time out here. But I know nothing like the East Coast. I love the East Coast, like Rose said. I've been working in the Northeast region for, Rose, how long has it been? Just over a year. And been with Beachbody about 2 years. Before that, I was up in Canada as their regional manager and worked with coaches all the way from Vancouver, clear in the heck in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So covered the whole country. And now I work with I run the Northeast region, so anywhere from Washington, D.C. up to Canada and everything in between. So some of you look familiar. I think I've seen some of you at a Super Saturday or at a Philadelphia training event. So it's good to see some of you. And it's good to meet the rest of you. So I feel bad for the people that have to stand, so I'll try to go quick. But excited that Rose would ask me to come and speak on the call. You're fine. You know what? It's just like a squat challenge, a wall sit. Let's see how long you can go listening to my monotone voice. It's like a test of your senses here. So, but I'm excited to get to be on the call, and I've got to work with Rose now. I don't know how long it's been, Rose. I mean, just a few months exclusively, you and I, but you and I have been talking back and forth for the past year, and you guys know how great she is as a leader in person, but every time I talk to her, I'm like, Rose, how are you doing? How's your business? She's like, enough about me. Let's talk about the team. Let's talk about, what's going on and what we're doing as a team. Let's talk about Jessica and Danielle and Diana and Lisa and all these great coaches that are part of the team. I mean, I know Lisa is, if I remember right, is a military mom and a diamond coach. It was a teacher quit her job, right?
Yeah, quit her summer job.
It's pretty impressive. That's awesome. And Jessica was able to extend maternity leave with Beachbody a little bit. That's pretty. Can't beat that. As someone who's fully taken advantage of paternity leaves and maternity leaves, I can respect that. So, but Courtney, who's paid off all of our credit card debt, was one of our great one-star diamond coaches. Where's Courtney at?
Yay!
I'm used to seeing Courtney in like a little Facebook profile picture, so it's good to see you like smiling and moving now. So that's cool. Diana, who's been able to create, Diana Miles, where's she? I think she was over on the right side. Oh, she's in the back. You guys are blurry to me, but you're all smiling, so that makes it good. So she's been able to provide, a little bit better financial situation and hit some goals on her own. And these are just a few of the stories on the team, guys. I mean, you're all doing a great job of pursuing the goals that you have, but more so helping others. That's what it's all about. And I'm excited just to get to share a couple thoughts with you. As I've talked to leaders, in the Northeast region throughout Canada, whether it's, the Melanie Mitros or the Miguel Carrascos or the Rose Camuto Smith, right? I love saying her middle name. It's so much fun.
That one out for the husband.
That's always take care of the husband, okay? That's good. That's a good thing. But I wanted to just share a couple thoughts as I've talked with these coaches with you today about leadership, about finishing the year strong. Guess what? It's December 3rd right now. So there's exactly 4 weeks left in the year. Cray. Who's ready for 2017? Right? It seems like just yesterday we were at Summit, and now it's the end of the year. So that's what I want to talk about today. A few things to finish off the year strong, but then start 2017 on the right note. Does that sound good?
Awesome.
But before we do that, I know you guys have your Shakeology. I see some shaker cups and some other dark colored drinks and solo cups. I don't know what that is, but I won't.
Shakeology, we promise.
Oh, okay. But Rose, I know we talked about maybe doing Q&A a little bit at the end, but how about if we did that at the first? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's cool.
And if there are any, that's fine too. But just any questions you have in general about Beachbody or corporate or coaching or, hey, what's the company doing here? Or what can I expect next? I won't tell you the new programs though. Sorry.
Rose, ask about that email we got.
Come on.
I recently saw an email. It was a questionnaire about, they wanted to know all this kid stuff. Are they thinking about coming out with something geared towards children, like for Shakeology? Good
question.
I had to fill out. It was a questionnaire. Yeah. So it literally took me like a half hour. Yeah. It was the longest. I quit and then I came back to it the next day.
That was more to test your commitment to us and see if you'd actually take the survey.
No, I was not committed that day. I did it the night.
No.
We're actually in school.
That's good. That's good. So I'll say this, guys, because I want to keep my job. And there's certain things that are under NDA and stuff, but I will say this, that Carl and his team and our team, we're always looking for additional ways to create methods that you can, one, help other people, obviously, expand our product and customer base, and prepare for expansion, whether that is, a product base wise, marketing wise, international growth, whatever it is. And so that survey, we send out those surveys, or we do these test groups behind test groups to kind of test the waters a bit and see gauge what interest could be or what it will be if we launch a product. So I'll answer your question with a very vague answer, and that is that survey has a purpose. I'm not announcing anything because that's not my place, but we are facilitating a bunch of feedback and needed information from you coaches to help us better place future opportunities. That was my PR skit around that question as best as I could.
Tell corporate I have a really good kid for their spokesperson. Shakeology now for 2 years straight.
Nice. Hey, so I will tell you guys this. Who's ever wanted to be in a test group?
Yeah, he doesn't say Shakeology though. He calls it Shakeology. So.
Shakeology?
That could be the new name. So
Shakeology. I'm gonna pass that one along. Nope. Hey, I was gonna say, because I get asked a lot, and Rose has asked me this before. Hey, they're doing a test group. How do I get in one of those? Anybody ever want to know that?
Yes.
So here's a couple things. Now, don't go blast my inbox with stories and stuff, but they look at a couple things. Our brand managers, they will look at, your leadership. Like, have you been coaching for a little bit? Do you have a rank? I'm not saying you have to have a rank to be in a test group, guys, but generally they'll look at elite coaches, premier coaches, or do you have a strong online social media following? Do you have a good Facebook profile, Instagram? If you're in a test group, they obviously want to get the word out. They look for different demographics, so age, gender, ethnicity, stories. So as I receive stories from our region about transformations, or about, like you said, my kid's been drinking Shakeology for 2 years, and he's had this cool experience. I mean, we send this information over to them and we share kind of our opinions because we know our coaches, and based on that, they kind of pick. So if you're ever interested, shoot over your story, kick butt on social media, and just continue to help people. And we're always looking for people. So.
And I'll just say how I got into Country Heat, if you guys didn't know, when I was on the Success Club trip, Dave talks to everyone. He started talking to this lady. We were like taking pictures for them, and it ended up being Sandy from the National. So I had no idea when I got the email saying I was Country Heat. I was like, how in the heck? I thought it was Jeff. It wasn't, but it's okay. And later on, she said it was me, and I was like, holy baloney. Like, you wouldn't even know that what you do, just the little things, like me walking into Lululemon. You have no idea what the domino effect that's going to happen just by one little, being bold and just talking to one person can change the entire course of your life. So that's my spiel. Back to you, Jeff.
Thanks, Rose. Great pass along. You and I should be like a news team.
I know. Wait, I can't hear you. I hear a little echo. No, I'm just kidding. You're good. You're good.
This call is going downhill quick. I love it. So sorry, my answer to your question was really vague, but there is intent and purpose with that survey.
Okay, thank you.
I'll say that.
Questions? Maybe about reaching out to people, or I don't know. What do you guys want?
There's no sacred calf question with me. I will answer if I can.
Any new coach that wants to be bold?
And as you think of it, I'm going to put together my daughter's sippy cup.
How do we get some corporate training in New Jersey?
Well, good question. Whoever's over that region just needs to get their butt out there and come and help out. Oh, wait, that's me. So we actually have a couple things planned. Now, they're not set in stone, and the dates aren't. Who's from Jersey in here? Oh, crap. Okay. All right. So who's going to Super Saturday in Philadelphia? Who's going to New Jersey? Okay, good. So those in Philadelphia, I'll be coming out and doing a training similar to what you're going to see today. But in February is what I'm thinking. We'll be sending out, this is not confirmed, so don't go advertise it because the dates may change. But we're going to send out Kim Carver, who is our Senior Director of Training and Development. And he's going to do our newly revamped 4 Vitals and Vital Process training. So an exclusive training for about 100, 200 coaches. We'll send it out to the leaders first, like you guys. And so he's going to be doing that out in February. And there may be someone else coming out in the first half of next year. It's just I'm waiting to get it confirmed. Because I know Jersey and Philly, that area needs lots of love, and you guys are crushing it. So it's time we start showing up and showing out. So coming soon. And if at any time you guys are like, hey, can someone jump on a team call, or can we do like this live Zoom? You can hit any of us up. We're always willing to do it. Does that help? Does that answer?
Who has a question?
Good question.
Evelyn. Anyone else? I think we're good, Jeff.
All right, you ready to rock and roll?
Oh, you can't see me. No. Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll.
All right, killer. So I hope you guys are having fun. I know Rose has had some cool things planned already. I didn't know she was going to brand you guys out in those awesome shirts. So look at that. So it's good. It's good to see you guys united. I will say this, guys. I obviously don't know everyone on the team yet, but I hope to get to know all of you soon. But based on what Rose has told me and what I've seen that your team is doing, guys, you're doing a great job. And this is a strong group, okay? And you're one of the top teams in our region. So in our region alone, there's, I don't even know, thousands and thousands of teams, tens of thousands of coaches. And you guys are, I should have the numbers here. I'm not at work, or I can pull it up, but you're a 6-star diamond team. You are pretty dang elite. I'd say there's only about, just off the top of my head, 55 to 60 teams that have ever done that in our region. And when I talk about ranks or accomplishments or recognition, it's not about that. It's about the lives that you've impacted. I mean, just think about the number of lives you've had to impact as a group, through challenge groups, through workouts, through social networking, through accountability, to confidence building. It's pretty cool to think about. And it's pretty intimidating to think about, wow, that's a lot of pressure on me to deliver and be a good leader, right? But I will say this, without knowing everybody, I can honestly say that you are all doing a good job at this, okay? And we're not perfect, but we're getting better each and every day. And that's what it's about. And that's some of the stuff that's what I talk about is stuff I wanted to talk about today. Now, I will preface it with this. Those that are going to Philadelphia Super Saturday, who's going? You will hear some similar stuff on Super Saturday that you're going to hear today. You're one of the first groups that have heard this training. It's nothing like amazing or anything, but when we get to Philly, you may hear some similar points. I'm just warning you. But Bonnie will be there too, so she'll make up for it. So I want to share a couple things with you real quick. When I was at our leadership retreat 2 years ago, we do that in San Diego, and it's for our 5 stars and above that qualify for it. So it's a really exclusive, intimate group of all the top teams in the network. And when I got there, it was my first leadership retreat. I was all excited. I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on and meeting people and why people wanted to take pictures with corporate. I still don't know why, because we're not that cool. But I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take a picture with me. Sure. But it was fun. Anyways, at these events, they always had a keynote speaker. And you can probably see me juggling back and forth. I have my daughter's like toys all over this room right now. So I'm trying to stay focused. Like there's a Mickey Mouse thing right now and all sorts of things, ornaments from her little tree. But anyways, guys, at these retreats, they always have a keynote speaker. Like this past year it was Stephen R. Covey. At Summit, we had Gary Vee. At this first leadership retreat, they had a lady by the name of Susan O'Malley. Now, how many have heard of her? Or when I was in Philadelphia earlier this year, I talked about her. Okay, you know about Susan, right? Okay. So I'm going to pick on you here in a second. Let's see if you can remember. So guys, Susan O'Malley was the keynote speaker at that time. And when I heard the name, I'm like, I don't know. I was like the majority of that room right now thinking, Susan O'Malley. Yep, don't know who she is. But as we're in the room with all these leaders, Lindsay Matway, Anita Myron, Carl Deichler, Jeff Hill, I was in there. I'm not on that playing field. Don't get me wrong. But we're in there, and I hear them talk about Susan O'Malley is going to be our keynote speaker today, and they're introducing her. They don't really talk about a lot of her credentials. And I'm thinking, like, really? This is the best we could do, Beachbody? Like, we have a no-name come to train our top people? Like, couldn't we have, stepped it up a bit? And she came out, and as soon as she opened her mouth, guys, she had everyone in that room. And I'm sure there was other people a little skeptic too, taking notes, just eating out of her hand. She was that good. And she talked about 7 rules of leadership that have stuck with me, that I've shared with a bunch of leaders, and they're really, really good foundational principles. And I want to share those, and I'm going to share another piece as well. But our lovely coach there on the couch, Leia, who is Susan O'Malley? Let's see how good you can do. If you're like, oh, dude, I just remember the name. I can't remember. That's fine. I'll help you.
I don't remember what she does, but I remember one of the principles.
What was one of the principles?
Make your bed every day.
Yes. Good. See, did you see that? I did the Superman punch. Okay, honest question. Sidetrack here. Who here has tripped over their own 2 feet trying to do the Superman punch? Thank you for making me feel better about myself. All right. So Susan O'Malley, guys, like Leah was saying, she came out and she told us about her and what she did. She's actually the first ever female president of a sports organization, or a professional sports organization. She was the president of the Washington Bullets, now the Washington Wizards basketball team, and the Washington Capitals professional hockey team. And she was the first woman to ever be in that position. And in that role, she's on the daily having to deal with players agents, the owner of these teams, all the marketing, the sales, driving success for the whole organization, right? And she stepped into this role and she shared at leadership with us some of the trials she had to face, how she was working with giants, these 7-foot tall egotistical athletes, and how she had to manage that as a little 5 foot, forgive me for saying this, she kind of looks like a librarian, just 5 foot nothing, just little thing. And she said that, and honestly, she's like, I had no purpose being there. I had no credential besides what I had done, previously. And she said there are a couple things I had to get in place real quick that helped me build a solid foundation and future growth. And she based it on these 7 principles of leadership that I want to share with you. Now, as I share them, really look at how they apply to you as a coach, yes, as a leader, sure, but as an entrepreneur as well, okay? Because it's going to be different for everybody. I'm going to share those with you real quick. And Leah, I know you've heard these, but what do I always say? Repetition is the mother of all teaching tools. Bingo, bango. Repetition is the mother of all teaching tools. Did you get that yet? Repetition is the mother of all teaching tools. Okay, I'm done doing that. You get the gist of that. So let me, on the screen, real quick, pull up this bad boy.
This is all being recorded, so I'll post it in the team page too.
And exclusive bonus material, Rose, not today, because as soon as I'm done with you guys, we are going to the park in the snow. Should be fun. I will send you the slides as well.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for saying thank you. I think that was a Daniel Tiger episode too. Okay. So let me pull this up. Can you guys see this okay?
Yes.
All right. See, there's Susan. If you saw her walk out on stage as a keynote speaker, would you have some questions too? Not making fun of her, but that's what we didn't know who she was. She didn't, right? That's her. And these 7 rules of leadership, guys, I think they're crucial. And Leah said the first one that she remembered, and it's the most important because it's how you start your day. She says, number 1, as a leader, you need to make sure you make your bed every day. Okay? And what she meant by that was you need to make your bed both literally and figuratively. See, look, I have Christmas ornaments still. Sorry. Focus, Jeff. Focus on the team here. Make your bed. What's that? Yeah, squirrel, right? Squirrel, right? Right? Make your bed literally. When you get up in the morning and it's cold and you got to get ready and you don't want to roll out of bed to do another workout, she says, when you roll out of bed, tuck the sheets in, fluff the pillows up, and if it's anything like our house, fluff all like 35 pillows. My wife is a pillow lover. It's all pillows everywhere. Make the bed, because she says when you go out and you try to win the day, when you try to go out and be a great leader and influence others and create change and do all this great stuff as coaches, you're going to have people that reject you, that say no, that call into question your ability to just be a person. I mean, you're going to have it all. You're going to have a coach quit on you. You're going to run a challenge group and no one's going to show up. You're going to do a workout and only be able to get through 10 minutes of it. Like, you'll have struggles during the day. And she says, even when all things go wrong, at least at the end of the day, you can come home to a nicely made bed. And that's an accomplishment in itself. So make your bed every day. And you're like, really, Rose? This is the guy you got to come and train for your retreat? Just told us to make our bed? Now I'm going to talk about doing dishes and sweeping the floor. No. But she says, you're good. But she says, figuratively as well, make your bed every day. And this is what she means by that. She says, as leaders, as change influencers, as coaches, if we cannot do things as simple as making our bed, okay, if we cannot schedule, if we cannot invite, if we can't get a workout in, if we can't talk to people, okay, ignore all the Success Club stuff and the ranks and the vital process and all this stuff we throw at you guys. If every day you just had conversations with people, you will be a successful coach. I'm a firm believer in that. Build relationships of trust, have conversations. But what Susan says is, if we can't do those simple things, how on earth are we, one, going to be influencing others to do the same if we can't do it ourselves? 2, how are we going to be able to lead others, right? If we can't get our own stuff together, if we can't do the basics, you've got to be able to do the non-negotiables, right? And if it's hard, if it's scary, if it's intimidating, great. That means it's probably something that's going to benefit you once you learn how to get comfortable with it, right? Leadership tactic number 1, make your bed every day. Groovy? All right. Making sure you're right. Rose, we're gonna need to say wake up, because whenever I train, people tend to, it's all good. You guys are great. So,
Taking notes.
You're taking, oh, I love that. Especially Leah, because she's never heard this before, right, Leah? Okay, so check this out. Number 2. This is probably my favorite one, and it's one that, trust me, guys, as I've worked with brand new coaches and emeralds and diamonds in Canada, and now as I work with, superstar diamond coaches in the Northeast, this is one that everybody struggles with. Why? Because we're human and we're competitive and we get a little impatient. And I say that because I'm the same way. Susan says this: you need to, as a leader, learn to plan your work and work your plan. And what she means by that is, before you go out to win the day, before you go out and just, go grind and work. And I'm not referencing Rihanna, but I was hoping Rose is going to play that song at that point. Cue it up, Rose. Okay. Before you go out and work, take a step back and just survey the scene. Plan a little bit. What do I want to accomplish today? What are my 3 to 5 activities that I absolutely have to execute on to be a successful coach, to be a successful mom, parent, friend, spouse, business professionals? Some of you probably have full-time jobs still, which is cool. I have a full-time job too. But the point is, before you go out and just work your tail off, because you all know how to work. If you didn't, you want to be at this retreat, you'd probably be doing something else. Make sure to get a plan in place on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly. Because if you don't know we all know where we want to get to, but if we don't know the path we're taking to get there, we're going to do this, and we're going to spin our tires, and we're going to do activities that are just going to take us off track. So a big suggestion I would have: plan your day every day. And even if it's something as simple as getting a sticky note and doing checkbox 1, 2, and 3 and putting 8 to 9, I'm going to work out, post, and follow up with a challenger. Great. You did it. Or maybe that's all 3 boxes. I don't care. Get organized, plan your work. And then the second part that she says, make sure that you work your plan. Trust your process that you put out in front of you. Trust the things that maybe you've been trained on or that you've learned, and don't deviate from it. Guys, being in entrepreneurship, there's 2 things in this business, or being a coach, that you have absolutely zero control and influence over. And it kind of sucks because they're kind of 2 crucial cogs of this business. One is people. You can't control that. Sorry. Maybe Leah can. Leah's probably can control some people. No one can. And we can't control time. But we can influence the heck out of those 2 things, right? Through our example, through our leadership, through our scheduling and planning, right? We can influence time. If you've only got an hour in the day, great. What are you doing for that hour? What does that power hour look like? Or that power 15-minute, or whatever, however you want to term it. Plan your work, and then stick to your plan, and then just execute the crap out of it, and then do it again, and do it again, and do it again. Repetition is the mother of all teaching tools, right? Sound good? Any questions on number 2? Nope. I like whoever said nope. I like you. That was good. Okay. Number 3. Who knows how to work in that room out on the East Coast right now? You'll also be raising your hands. You all know how to work. Okay. Work. Okay. Success requires effort and work. And Susan shared this. She says, at the end of the day, I could plan all I wanted to. I could try to come up with all these ideas and strategies. But she said, until I got down in the trenches and did the work, and what she referenced that as is doing the unsexy stuff, okay? Doing the stuff that maybe I didn't want to do right up front. Maybe the stuff I kept putting off, right? Guys, it's a lot of fun to make recognition posts. It's a lot of fun to run the social media side of things. It's a lot of fun to, to do that stuff, okay? It's maybe not always as fun to follow up with people, to reach out, to build conversations. Like if you're an introvert, like I used to be, I think I still am at times, but this job has forced me to be an extrovert. If you're an introvert, it is really, really hard to talk to people. Melanie Mitchell, you guys ever heard of her? She's this newer coach from Pennsylvania. No big deal. Guys, she's the biggest self-admitted introvert. She does not like talking to people. Not that she doesn't like people, but she gets nervous. She is shy, but she is. You wouldn't think that, right? If she's the top coach in the network, you think, oh, she has no problem talking to people. It's still hard for her. But she says, I know I have to do it for me to hit the goals I want to achieve. I've got to outwork those weaknesses I've got, right? Be willing to outwork everybody. Now, when I say that, or when I reference Susan, I should say, that's not to say go out and put in 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, if you want to do that, great. And if you're not going to get burned out, great. But what she means is just be strategic in the time that you're doing coaching, or in the time that you're with your family, or in the time that your full-time job. When you're there, be all in and just work it. Just execute like you know how best, with the mindset of, I'm not perfect, but I'm going to get better the next day, and I'm going to outwork yesterday. I'm going to outwork yesterday. Pretty cool leadership principle she shared. Number 4. This is a good one that's a little hard to do sometimes. Make sure as leaders that we set expectations, because guess what? Your team can't read your mind. Sorry, your team is pretty awesome, but they can't read minds yet. We're coming out with a training that'll help you how to do that. But you've got to set expectations, one, for yourself, guys, but you've got to set expectations for your team. Okay? Now, it's not to say you have to fix their goals, nor should you, but let them know, hey, if you're on this team, we're showing up to calls. If you're on this team, Keisha Fitzgerald, who's a 9-star in Manhattan, New York right now, one of the things that's helped her be super successful is, she says, in the first month, when they join us as a coach, the expectation is you're going to be an emerald in the first month. Go and be an emerald. And then within, certain time frames, they have these other goals that they've set. If you're on this team, you're doing this. And she says people respond to it well because they see everyone else that's already on the team encouraging that person and doing it themselves, right? And even if they're struggling, at least they're pushing for it. Set expectations with your team. Be willing to have tough conversations if you need to. Your team wants to run, guys. They wouldn't have signed up to be a coach with you or join your challenge group if they didn't want to get results. But they need some direction, right? They need some guidance. And it's up to you to help paint that picture for them. Right, Rose?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's that. Well, the energy is just bubbling out of Rose. Okay. Check this one out. When you mess up, say it with me, guys. Make it right. You guys were all in unison, right? Okay, let me try that again. When you mess up,
make it right.
This is a good one. This is one that Susan says has saved her tail quite a bit. Guys, own it. If you make a mistake, or if you offend someone, or sometimes even if you don't offend someone and you need to build the bridges, mend fences a little bit, do it. Swallow your pride and do it. She says it's not worth having this anchor holding you down, this weight on your shoulders of awkwardness, of conflict, of anger, of jealousy, whatever it is. It's not worth it. She says nip it in the bud quick and do it, with integrity, and do it with a good heart. Don't just do it be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to make it up so everything's good. No, do it because you want to make things better. Guys, we're not perfect, and we're going to fail, and we're going to mess up. When you mess up, make things right. Trust me, karma is big in business and big in networking and social interaction, and you want to have good karma. Okay? Number 6 and 7. I'll be quick with these. Do the right thing even when nobody knows. I'm sure that we've all seen those little wall clings that people say like, dance like nobody's watching, right? Or your true character comes out in those moments of self-reflection. I don't know what they are. This is along those lines. Do the right thing even when nobody knows. You can see the true characters of someone in those moments of trial and struggle, okay? Don't go out and try to just serve or help somebody with the mindset of, yeah, that's going to really help my social media post, or it's going to really help my brand. It's okay to want to build that, but if that's our main driver for doing the right thing, we're missing the mark, right? Build your business with integrity. Build it with love. I know it sounds a little Disney, but I don't care because it's true. Okay, and build it with honesty. If there's a coach that's interested in what you have to offer and they've already been working with another coach, get them back to that original coach. They built a relationship there. We're all doing this together. You know what I mean? Build the business honorably and with integrity. Trust me, it'll come back to benefit you in the long run, which in my opinion, I don't want anybody to build business for short-term success. I want it for long-term success. And that might be selfish on my part, but you always hear the phrase, how many of you ever heard the phrase with Beachbody of, be here a year from now? I want you to replace that with this, be relevant a year from now. It's one thing to just be here and hang out and exist and be part of this cool family and this cool experience, which is fine. I'm good with it. Be relevant. Make some noise. Let people know who your team and you are. And one of the best ways to do that is by doing the right thing when nobody knows. Last one. This is my favorite, and I think this team's pretty good at this one, so you probably don't even have to take notes. So what Susan said, make it fun. If your job ever becomes a job, or this venture or this coaching thing, whatever you refer it to as, becomes boring and drawn out and abrasive and you don't look forward to doing it, it's time to shut off the computer, turn off the phone, reevaluate, not quit on it, because I'm telling you, don't quit, because that builds character when you fall down and get back up. But make it fun. What makes coaching enjoyable for you? Is it getting that message from a challenger saying, I feel great, I've never felt this good before, thank you so much? Or, but Lisa, thank you for just helping me get my confidence back. I feel so good being a part of this group. Thank you. Right? Is that fun? That's fun. Get more of that going. Okay. Is it fun when you hit Success Club? Absolutely it is. Because guess what? We'll send you an awesome bobblehead of every single person at Beachbody. Right? That's fun. You get the point, guys. Make sure that what you're doing as a coach and leader is fun. Because if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. Like, go work at a zoo and play with baby animals or something fun. I don't know. You know what I mean? Go spend time with your kids. That's fun. Make sure you have fun doing what you love. And I know you guys love doing this, because like I said, if you didn't, you would not be committing part of your weekend to learning and growing and networking together. So I got one more bonus rule from Susan. This is very, very applicable to what we do in this business, okay? People make the difference, okay? A number goal doesn't make the difference. You wanting to get to elite does not make the difference. You wanting to add X amount of challengers does not make the difference. Are those good goals and honorable drivers? Sure. It's not bad to want those things, guys. But people have to remain the core of what we do. When we miss that mark, we get off track. And when people aren't at the core of what we do, and I'm going to talk about, okay, I'm putting my business direct selling hat on. Sorry, I have really long, gross hair. When I put on my direct sales and business hat, if you want to lead with money and lifestyle and all this stuff, go join another company, because you're not going to be successful here. Yes, corporate just told you that. I'm not saying that money and opportunity and title and recognition aren't good, because they are. We all love that, right? But people have to be your core driver. When it's not, you'll fall short and you won't be relevant a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 from now, right? Does that make sense?
Totally.
Bonus rule. Now, with that said, no more sharing the screen. Now I can see you guys again, because you're like that big before. Any questions or thoughts on those 7 rules of leadership? I love them. I share them all the time on calls and try to use them, in my own life. But any thoughts or questions on those, or ways you're thinking of about applying them? I was just like, no. That was so good.
Oh, wake up, Team Eyes.
Cool. Easy enough. So let me share something with you real quick. Or was there a question?
No, I said I think you just did such an amazing job.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. Do you guys have 10 more minutes for me?
Sure.
You good?
Yes.
All right. So here's the thing, guys. Those are great laws of leadership, and they sound good, but it's not always going to be easy, right? Now, I'm warning you, for those that are going to Philadelphia Super Saturday, you will hear this. So, if you want to turn off right now, that's fine. No. Repetition is the mother of all teaching tools, because you'll need to hear it again in January, right? Like, I always need to hear it when I present this same thing. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay. 1 second here. Dun. Whoops. I think I just shared the spreadsheet of next year's launches. I don't want to do that.
Darn it. Share your screen.
That would make this presentation awesome, right?
Hit the button.
Ain't happening.
We'll make it right.
Who said that? Thank you for listening. See, yeah, I'll do the right thing when nobody's watching. That's what I'll do. Hey, here's the thing. You can see this picture on the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, and Rose may know this coach. I don't know for sure. This is a coach in Framingham, Massachusetts, if anybody knows where that's at. Her name is Jillian Kaplan. Anybody know Jillian? Okay, good. Good. The reason I have this picture of Jillian and her husband, Doug, and one of their two dogs, I think this dog's name is Fenway, okay, is because what you do as coaches, guys, as life changers, is you create moments, okay? You don't sell challenge packs. You don't sell programs. We don't just work out, right? We don't hit Success Club. We create moments. Now, this is total Jeffology, so take it for what it's worth, okay? And the way that you create moments is by helping people get results. So if you're wondering, like, okay, I've got these leadership laws that we talked about and a little bit of this training I'm coming away from this weekend, all amped up. What do I do now? Help people get results. We got the Beachbody Health Bet coming out again. Team Cup's going to be there in February to help be some avenues to help people get results. But that's what you do. You help people create moments by helping them get results. It's this weird little math equation, I think. It makes sense up here. And the reason I have this picture of Jillian up there is because she has created a moment for a lot of people. She's created a moment for me. She hasn't helped me get results or anything, but she's helped a lot of people do that. But Jillian, okay, last year was an elite coach, 5-star diamond coach, and has a great team. She's also she's not an executive, but she's a pretty high-ranking individual with Verizon, okay, has a really successful job, and she shares this not to be prideful or anything. She's like, I have a 6-figure income with Verizon. Like I have a good life outside of coaching. Like things are good. But she loves coaching. She loves helping people. And at Summit last year, Jillian was there with her team. She had a biggest turnout yet, a great group there. And the week after Summit, I was on paternity leave. Okay. I was at home playing with my kiddos. I remember it was like 11 at night. I was up with our 2-year-old, which is normal. I know you guys know this. And I get a text from Doug. Actually my coworker, Doug, who had heard from his coach, one of his coaches he works with. It's Jillian's sponsor. Okay. Now you see how this works. And he said, hey, Jillian's been in an accident. You need to reach out. And Jillian loves her dogs, guys. And if you've been to Massachusetts, there's a lot of roads. There's a lot of crosswalks. There's a lot of just interweaving craziness. And what had happened is earlier in the day, Jillian got up to walk her dogs, get out and work out like usual, had her headphones in. And they were going through a marked crosswalk, lights, painted everything. And an individual who was deaf was driving a car and was actually signing to his passenger, sign language. Was not watching the road and hit Jillian and her dog and sent them flying over the car. It resulted in Jillian being taken to the hospital in ICU. She required emergency brain surgery because she had a hematoma developing on her brain. They had to shave her head and put 2 plates. She broke her hip in both places. She fractured basically her entire face, and the left side of her face would not move. It was a pretty horrific accident. Okay. And Jillian was on track to be elite again, her and her team, being super successful. And just a week before had been at this great Summit event and was just amped up. I'll tell you what, the outlook was not good. I reached out to Doug, her husband, and said, hey, I've heard what's going on. Is she okay? Let us know if we can do anything. He says, I'll keep you posted, keep you updated over the next few days. I would get updates. Fortunately, she's doing better. Surgery went well. We're still trying to see what the effects are going to be, long-term results, right? I'll tell you what, guys, moments were created for me when I heard from Jillian, no joke, the next day through Facebook Messenger. Okay. When over the next few days, as I went back and forth with her and I saw her online making these kinds of posts. Now, I'm not saying you need to be making posts or building this business during these times. I'm not saying that one bit. In fact, I even told Jillian, I'm like, you're good. Take your time. Like, take care of yourself. But she had a vision and goal in mind of helping others and making no excuses. And sure enough, in her hospital bed with her shaved head, unable to move from about here down, with a fractured face. She was making a video. She was sharing her journey. And she said that, I'm not doing this to brag. I'm not doing this to show off or look for empathy and sympathy. She did it because I know people are depending on me to move forward and push forward and not have excuses. She would do her workouts with the band, just with her arms, because she couldn't move her hips or anything. Guys, she was supposed to be in the Court of Force test group. Or sorry, the Country Heat test group. Was really excited for it. I am wrong on that again. It is the Court of Force test group. My fault. Sorry. She couldn't participate. But because of her post, Joel actually reached out to her and said, we're with you. We're backing you. We're praying for you. Just this cool experience, right? She made a post about her new hairstyle. She's like, hey, the half shaves are in style, right? What do you guys think? Like, she had fun with this, guys. And she created moments for me and others that watched her along this journey. I had the chance to get out and meet her in, when was that? July, August, and go to her home. And she was still in her wheelchair. And I'll tell you what, she was drinking her Shakeology. She was doing everything she wanted to do to be successful. And as the year went on, she eventually got out of the wheelchair, could walk with crutches. You can see the apparatus in her hips. I can't remember. There's a term for this, and maybe someone there knows what it is. But she had to have these 2 rods basically installed into her hip bones to control it so that they wouldn't fracture more, right? And she basically was at home and doing rehab with this giant steel rod thing coming out of her body. Okay? She didn't let that create excuses. This is actually a video, but I just took a screenshot. You can see she's doing her best with doctor's orders to get her workout in, to do the vital behaviors, even with the apparatus. Okay? She wanted to post before and afters. I know, I'm sorry, I should warn people. She didn't make excuses. Now, she didn't do this with the intent of creating this moment for Jeff or these other people. She knew that that's part of what she did now, is part of her DNA. And guys, it's pretty cool to see her progress. Jillian is now up, walking her dogs again, getting out. She's back to work as of this past week. And in October, it was pretty cool. I shared this with our group in Pittsburgh, this story. But most recently, this is a picture of Jillian. There it is. This is her in October going to present at Boston Super Saturday. You'll notice apparatus is gone. Just 2.5, 3 months after her accident, she's walking again. Mr. Puppy right here, who was also hit, is fine. Okay, so for the pet lovers. Point is, Jillian Kaplan and her team are on track to be an elite team again this year. They didn't let adversity or excuses, and I say that with all sensitivity to her situation, get in the way of what their goal is, and that's to help others and inspire. So if you're ever struggling, if you're ever wondering, how do I get results? How do I help other people get results? What can I do? Just do something. Try to inspire people. Be Jillian. Now, I'm not saying you have to go, I don't want you to be in a grave accident, nothing like that, guys. But don't let the excuses get in the way, because you have so much stinking potential and so much opportunity that you can help others achieve, that you need to do it. It's on you, right? Let me share one more thing with you. You got to help people get results, but along the way, you're going to experience a little bit of this. This little statement right here on the screen. How many in this room, okay, and I'm really looking to see everybody so I can see those hands. How many of you have ever experienced a lack of confidence or credibility? I have too. When I started this job, they told me, yeah, you're supposed to be working with coaches and help mentor them how to build their business and running these regions. I'm like, I don't have any experience doing that, but all right, let's do it, right? When I have to go and meet these top coaches for the first time and I'm supposed to share insight with them, like, how am I supposed to do that? Like, it's intimidating, and I don't think I have the street cred to do it. Guys, how often have people questioned you, what you do as a coach? How often have you questioned yourselves? Okay. Well, I can't talk about working out. I mean, I don't work out every day. I only got 3 in this week. You worked out 3 times? That's 3 more times than like 99% of the planet. You've got some street cred. Okay. Well, I'm still going through my transformation, so I don't want to share yet. I want to share when those full results are there. Great. Understandable. But how many people can you connect with that are in the same spot, that are trying to go through this journey on their own? It's never too late to inspire people. It's never too late to create change. So do it now. Okay. Well, I can't really talk about like building a team or the business because I've been sitting at Emerald for a year now or 2 years, or I was a diamond and now I dropped down to a coach again. I don't have the credibility. Yes, you do, because you help people. Okay. And you're a diamond coach. If you're a diamond and you drop it, guys, you're still a diamond coach. If you're an emerald and you dropped your emerald, you're still an emerald coach. Don't let it get to you, because I'll promise you, you're going to drop rank. You're going to have challengers quit on you. You're going to miss out on a quarterly bonus. You will fail, and you'll fail often, but you got to get back up and fight, right? Here's the thing. How many of you get up in the morning and just say, I'm going to go out there and fail today? Lisa? No, Lisa doesn't. I know that. Lisa never does that. I don't either. We don't, right? We don't get up and say, oh man, I'm going to do quarter force, and like 5 minutes in, I'm going to be totally hammered and just be done. I'm not even going to continue. I'm going to go out and I'm going to like talk to no one. I'm going to go out in life and just suck. If anybody has said that, we need to have a training on personal development. Hit me up after this. Point is, we don't do that, guys. We don't go out looking to fail or expecting or like telling ourselves, I'm going to fail. We have to go out with the mindset of, I'm going to win the day. I'm going to be successful, and I'm going to do my best. Okay. I don't want anyone in that room trying to be Rose. I don't want anyone in that room trying to be Lisa. I don't want anybody trying to be Melanie Mitchell or Jeff. Trust me, you do not want to be anything like me. You don't want to be Lindsay Matway. You don't want to be Jamie Fitzpatrick or whoever these coaches are that you learn from and want to build a business like, because I'll tell you what, they haven't figured it out yet. And you can tell Mitro I said that and take it to the bank. She'll probably be like, you're a jerk. But what I mean by that, guys, they're good. They're great. But I don't think anyone's figured out how to do this whole coaching thing perfectly yet. So why not you? Right? What makes you any different, or what makes them any different? Right? You have a lot to offer and a lot to provide. So have that confidence, have that credibility. Now, here's one last thing, I'm done yapping. You can have people, guys, call into question our products, our programs, right? And you probably have had them before. Say, I don't need that program. I work out at the gym, right? I mean, I could spend the rest of this conversation discrediting Shakeology, discrediting Quarter Force. Now, it won't, because that would not be good for job security, right? But I could say, well, I can get a shake from Costco, right? I don't need Shakeology. I mean, I can get a cheaper deal at Costco for a protein shake. That's one way to discredit Shakeology. I don't need Quarter Force. I have a gym membership that's $5 a month. It's way cheaper, right? There's the price argument. There's the conviction of the story argument. Point is, you don't have to build your business on products and programs, right? And people can call into question those things, but there's one thing they can never call into question, and that is you. That is your story. That is your experience with the program, your transformation, your interaction with this new challenger that's just seen these great results. They can't call that into question. If Rose comes to me and says, Jeff, I had this great experience this week. I lost 5 pounds, and I shared this with someone else, and now they're getting in my challenge group. We're working out together, and we just feel great. I can't come and say, you don't feel great. You didn't have that experience, right? I don't have the credibility to even come close to that. That's your experience. That's your testimony. That's you. So if you're ever doubting yourself or ever struggling or ever wondering if this coaching thing's worth it, 1, it is, trust me. But 2, you rely on you. Okay? People can call into question products and programs. They can never call into question you and your story. So you ride that thing like crazy. You ride that all the way to Superstar Diamond. You ride that all the way to retiring from your job. You ride that all the way to running these successful challenge groups. Your story is what matters. So own it and share it and live it. Capiche?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I got for you guys. I appreciate you. Again, I know it's not easy what we do as coaches, but I also know that it is so, so worth it.
I guess I should stand up. I don't know if you can see me. There I am.
Oh, I can see you now.
We are gonna ride it really hard into 2017, right, guys? Can you take a screenshot of all of us?
I can totally take a screenshot of you guys. I think that's what you asked. It was really quiet.
Yeah, let's do a screenshot.
Hold on. This is
I know I look tall, don't I?
Rose, you're gonna have to pay me extra for this. Just kidding. Okay, hold on. I gotta get. It's gonna have a little. It's gonna.
Oh, wait, one more. Potty break. All right, we're good. We're set. We got everyone.
Okay, so it's gonna have my ugly mug in the top right screen really small. I hope that's okay. I tried to remove myself. All right, hold on. So I'm gonna do a 1, 2, 3, and then it'll take.
All
I think.
right.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now do something fun.
Woo!
1, 2, 3. I love it. All right, I will send those to you.
Jeff, thank you so much for talking to us on this Saturday. Awesome information. I don't think we were tired. I think we were honestly just taking a lot of notes.
You guys are good. You guys are good.
Yeah, we are normally very pumped up. But
You guys are, trust me, you were very pumped up. You were very pumped up.
So, we can't wait to see you for a Super Saturday in January.
I will be there. Bells and whistles and ornaments.
Woo! Anyone else have any last?
I do.
Jeff?
2 things. I just posted my Facebook profile in the chat. If you guys have any other questions or like, hey, what about this? Any questions anytime, guys, hit me up, message me. Myself and my team, we're here to help you. But I will say this. I didn't say this. But for myself and for, I'm like pointing like they're here. They're not. That's actually my family's here. See, like there they are. Oh, cute. But from me, Jeff Hill, Carl, the whole crew out at corporate, just thank you for what you do. It doesn't go unnoticed. We appreciate you, and you just keep doing it. So we appreciate you. So that was what I had to add. So now to you guys.
Enjoy the snow with your family. We'll let you go. We're going to eat some food and then have some more.
All right, guys.
All right, take care. Bye.